Welcome to Nordic Dreams. Tonight, let us journey together to the sacred garden of Freya, the Norse goddess of love, beauty, and the most peaceful rest that the 9 realms have ever known. Close your eyes gently, take a deep, slow breath, and allow yourself to drift into the mystical realm where even the mightiest gods come to find tranquility and restoration for their weary souls. Take another breath, deeper this time, and feel your body beginning to relax as we prepare for this magical journey. Let your shoulders drop completely, let your jaw soften and release all tension, and allow your breathing to find its natural, peaceful rhythm. Feel the weight of the day beginning to lift from your shoulders like morning mist, dissolving in the warmth of the rising sun. In the heart of Asgard, far beyond the golden halls where warriors feast on endless bounty, and the mighty fortresses where gods hold their eternal council lies, it's a secret sanctuary known only to Freya herself and those she deems worthy of true rest. This is her garden of dreams, a place of such profound peace that even the sound of approaching footsteps becomes softer, more gentle, as if the very earth knows that this is sacred ground where mortal souls and divine spirits alike come to find the deepest, most restorative sleep that has ever existed since time began. Our story begins on a gentle summer evening in ancient Scandinavia, during the magical time of the midnight sun, when darkness never truly falls, and the world exists in an eternal golden twilight that seems to last forever. The Nordic sky stretches endlessly above you, painted in the softest pastels of rose gold and pale. Lavender colors so gentle and soothing they seem to whisper directly to your tired soul, promising rest and renewal beyond anything you have ever experienced. You find yourself walking slowly, deliberately, with purpose but without hurry, along a winding path made of smooth river stones that have been worn perfectly round by countless centuries of gentle Nordic streams flowing down from the mountains. Each stone beneath your bare feet seems to pulse with a soft, warm light that grows brighter with every step, as if they have absorbed the love and care and peaceful intentions of every soul who has walked this sacred path before you throughout the ages. With each step you take along this luminous pathway, you feel yourself moving further and further away from the harsh edges of the mortal world, leaving behind all the worries that have weighed heavy on your heart like stones, all the fears that have clouded your mind like winter storms, all the tensions that have knotted themselves tight in your shoulders and neck like old rope. Step by step, breath by breath, you are walking steadily toward perfect peace, toward a rest so complete it will heal every part of your being. The air around you is filled with the sweet, intoxicating fragrance of Nordic wildflowers that bloom only in the land of the eternal summer sun. Flowers that seem to have been blessed by the gods themselves. Delicate Arctic poppies nod their silken heads in the gentle evening breeze, their petals like drops of liquid sunshine caught and held by nature's gentle hands. Mountain avens spread their pure white faces toward the golden sky like small prayers made visible in wild roses. Climb ancient stone walls that have stood for thousands of years, their perfume so pure and sweet it makes your heart swell with joy at the simple beauty of existence. As you continue along the shimmering, ever-brightening path, you notice that the very stones beneath your feet are beginning to glow more brightly with each passing moment, as if each step awakens some ancient magic that has been sleeping deep within them, waiting patiently for the right soul to come along and call it forth. The light they emit is not harsh or startling, but soft and welcoming, like the warm glow of candles in a cottage window on the coldest winter night, promising shelter and comfort to all who approach. You pause for a moment in your peaceful journey, looking down at your feet with wonder, and realize that the stones are not merely reflecting light from some distant source, but actually seem to be made of captured starlight itself, each one holding within its crystalline heart the gentle radiance of 1,000 peaceful dreams that have been dreamed by souls seeking rest throughout all of history. The path ahead of you stretches into the distance like a river of light, winding gracefully through groves of silver birch trees whose leaves whisper ancient songs of comfort in the eternal Nordic breeze. The birch trees stand like sentinels of peace along your path, their white bark gleaming in the golden light of the midnight sun, their branches reaching toward the sky like arms raised in blessing. Their leaves dance and shimmer in the gentle wind, creating a soft rustling sound that reminds you of gentle rain falling on a quiet lake. Or perhaps the whispered prayers of angels watching over sleeping children. Through the dancing branches of these ancient and sacred trees, you begin to glimpse something extraordinary in the distance, something that makes your heart beat a little faster with anticipation and wonder. The trees seem to part naturally as you approach their silver trunks, moving aside like curtains drawn, back by invisible hands to reveal a magnificent sight that takes your breath away and fills your entire being with a sense of awe and gratitude. Before you stands an entrance unlike anything you have ever seen in the mortal world. Something so beautiful and otherworldly that you know immediately you are about to enter a realm where normal rules do not apply, where magic is as natural as breathing. The gateway appears to be woven from intertwined branches of pure silver that seem to grow and shift, gently as you watch, creating new patterns of intricate beauty, with each passing moment as if the very entrance is alive and breathing with divine energy, cascading down from somewhere high above, like the gentlest waterfall of pure light beams of liquid. Moonlight flow over and through the silver branches and rivulets of luminescence, creating a doorway that seems to be made of captured moonbeams and crystallized dreams. The light moves and dances, never still, always shifting between silver and gold and the palest blue, creating patterns that hurt no eyes but soothe the soul. This is the gateway to Freya's sacred garden, and as you stand before it in reverent silence, you feel a profound sense of recognition. Deep in your soul, as if you have been searching for this place your entire life without even knowing it existed, as if every path you have ever walked has been leading you inevitably to this moment. Tonight, by some miracle of grace and divine love, you have been chosen to enter this sacred realm where peace dwells eternal and rest is perfect and complete. As you step forward through the luminous archway with reverence and gratitude filling your heart, a wave of the most profound peace you have ever experienced washes over you like warm ocean waves on the gentlest shore, flowing through your entire being like liquid starlight mixed with honey and love. Every muscle in your body releases its tension completely. Every worry in your mind dissolves like morning mist touched by sunlight, and every fear in your heart is replaced by an overwhelming sense of absolute safety and unconditional love. The transformation is immediate and complete. The moment your feet cross the threshold into Freya's domain, you feel years of stress and anxiety simply melting away from your body like ice in spring sunshine. Your breathing becomes deeper and more natural. Your heartbeat slows to match the peaceful rhythm of this sacred space, and a smile of pure contentment spreads across your face without any conscious effort on your part. The garden that stretches before you is beyond anything your imagination could have conceived, even in your most beautiful dreams. It extends in all directions as far as your eye can see, and perhaps even beyond sight, into realms of pure spirit filled with flowers that seem to glow with their own inner light, as if each bloom contains within itself a tiny piece of the divine love that created all things. The colors are more vivid and beautiful than any you have seen in the mortal world, yet they do not overwhelm the senses, but instead bring a deep sense of harmony and balance to your soul. Rivers of liquid silver wind gracefully through meadows of grass so soft and perfect that it looks like it was woven by angels from silk and moonbeams and the dreams of sleeping children. The grass moves gently in the eternal breeze, creating waves of green and gold that ripple outward like water. But water made of living light and growing things. Your bare feet touch this impossibly soft grass, and you discover that it feels even more wonderful than it looks. Like walking on clouds that have been blessed by the breath of sleeping gods and infused with the essence of perfect comfort. Each blade seems to caress your feet with love, welcoming you to this sacred space where all who enter find exactly the peace their souls have been seeking throughout their entire existence, sometimes without even knowing they were searching. And then rising from the heart of the garden like a vision of divine love made manifest in physical form, Freya herself appears before you. And you understand immediately that you are in the presence of something far greater and more beautiful than anything the mortal world contains. But this is not the fierce goddess of war and battle that some of the old stories tell of, the Freya who rides into combat and chooses the slain. Here, in her private sanctuary, she is the embodiment of maternal comfort, unconditional love, and the gentlest rest that any soul has ever known. Her hair flows around her shoulders like spun sunlight mixed with liquid gold, each strand catching and holding the eternal light of the Nordic summer sun that never sets in this blessed realm. The golden waves move as if stirred by a breeze that brings only peace, and you can see within those shining strands the reflection of every beautiful sunset that is ever painted. The Nordic sky, every gentle dawn that has brought hope to weary hearts. Her eyes are deep as the clearest mountain lakes that reflect the stars' pools of wisdom and compassion that seem to hold within them the accumulated knowledge of every peaceful dream that has ever been dreamed, every moment of perfect rest that has ever been experienced by any soul in any realm. When she looks at you, you feel seen and known and loved in a way you have never experienced before, as if she can perceive not just who you are now, but who you have always been at your deepest core, and who you are meant to become. She wears robes that appear to be woven from the northern lights themselves, shifting and dancing between the softest shades of green and purple and blue and silver, colors that seem to sing with their own celestial music as they move. Fabric flows around her like liquid aurora, never quite the same from one moment to the next, but always beautiful, always perfect, always exactly what your soul needs to see, to feel completely at peace. When she moves, the very air around her shimmers with magic and love, and you can smell the fragrance of every flower that has ever bloomed in paradise, every herb that has ever grown in sacred groves, every blossom that has ever opened its petals to receive the blessing of divine light. The scent is not overwhelming, but perfectly balanced, bringing with it memories of every peaceful moment you have ever experienced. Every time you have felt truly safe and loved. Welcome, dear weary traveler. Freya speaks, and her voice is like honey mixed with the sound of gentle rain falling on summer leaves, like the whisper of wind through fields of golden grain ready for harvest, like the distant song of whales singing love songs in the deepest ocean. Her words carry with them the power to heal old wounds and soothe ancient sorrows, to bring peace to troubled hearts and rest to tired minds. You have journeyed so far through the difficulties and challenges of the mortal world. She continues, her voice growing softer with each word, more gentle, more filled with love and understanding. Your precious spirit seeks the rest that only the most beautiful dreams can bring, the peace that can only be found in sacred spaces where love dwells eternal and perfect. She extends her hand toward you, and you see that her fingers are long and graceful, her palms smooth and warm with the kind of warmth that comes from a heart full of love for all living things. As your fingers touch hers, you feel a sensation like liquid sunlight flowing up your arm and spreading throughout your entire body, filling every cell with light and love and perfect peace. All the tension you didn't even know you were carrying melts away completely, years of accumulated stress and worry dissolving like salt in warm water. You feel lighter than you have felt since you were a small child, playing in summer meadows without a care in the world, when every day was an adventure and every night brought dreams filled with magic and wonder. Come with me, beloved soul, she continues, her voice now like silk being drawn gently across silk, like the softest lullaby sung by loving mothers to their sleeping children. Let me show you the wonders of my garden, where all who enter find the peace they have been seeking their entire lives, where rest comes naturally and dreams are always beautiful and healing. Together, walking hand in hand like old friends who have found each other again after a long separation, like souls who have known each other across many lifetimes and have finally been reunited in this place of perfect peace. You move deeper into the garden. Each step reveals new marvels that fill your heart with wonder and gratitude. Sights so beautiful they seem to have been created specifically for your eyes. Experiences so perfect they feel like gifts from the divine design just for your soul. Trees bearing fruit that glows like captured moonbeams line the pathways, their branches heavy with luminous offerings waiting to be shared with weary souls who have traveled far to reach this sanctuary. The fruits hang like lanterns of soft light, pulsing gently with their own inner radiance. And you can feel the love that went into their growing, the divine intention that shaped each perfect piece of nourishment for tired spirits. When Freya reaches up with graceful movements and picks one of these luminous fruits, offering it to you with a smile that contains all the love in the universe, all the warmth of every sunrise that has ever painted the sky, you discover that its taste is like the sweetest honey mixed with the essence of every happy memory you have ever had, every moment of joy and contentment that has ever brightened your life. As the divine fruit dissolves on your tongue, releasing flavors that seem to awaken parts of your soul you didn't know existed, Waves of drowsiness and perfect contentment wash over you in gentle tides, and you understand at the deepest level that this is what true nourishment feels like when the soul itself is being fed with love and peace and divine grace. These are the fruits of peaceful dreams, Freya explained softly, her words seeming to float on the gentle breeze like flower petals dancing in the warm summer air. Like butterflies made of sound and meaning, each one contains within itself the very essence of perfect rest, distilled from the sleep of angels and the dreams of saints, concentrated love in physical form. The souls who taste them find their slumber filled with the most beautiful visions, dreams that heal old wounds and bring new hope. As you continue walking through this paradise hand in hand with the goddess, feeling her warmth and love flowing through your joined hands, like a constant stream of comfort, you discover pools of crystal clear water so pure they seem to be made of liquid light itself. Water that somehow manages to be both substantial and ethereal at the same time. These sacred pools reflect not your earthly form with all its imperfections and worries, but instead show you the peaceful version of your soul, the part of you that exists beyond all fear and anxiety and doubt. In the reflection, shimmering on the surface of the holy water, you see yourself as you truly are at your deepest core. Serene, beautiful, completely at peace, free from all the burdens you have carried for so long, free from all the masks you have worn, all the roles you have played. This is your true self, your divine essence, the part of you that has never been touched by sorrow or fear, the part that remains eternally connected to the source of all love and peace. Small fish made of pure golden light swim gracefully in these holy pools, their movements creating ripples that spread outward in perfect circles, carrying with them blessings of peace and love to every corner of existence. The fish seem to be made of condensed joy, swimming prayers that move through the sacred water like living meditation. Their very presence a reminder that all of creation is interconnected, all part of one beautiful, peaceful whole. Freya leads you deeper into the garden, her presence beside you like a warm embrace that never ends, like the constant assurance that you are completely safe and perfectly loved. To a grove where ancient willow trees grow with branches so long and graceful they reach all the way down to lovingly caress the earth with their trailing leaves. These trees are old beyond measuring, ancient when the world was young. They carry within their rings the wisdom of countless seasons, the memory of every soul who has ever found peace beneath their protective canopy. Their leaves, silver green and shimmering in the eternal golden light, whisper the most beautiful lullabies in the Old Norse tongue, songs so ancient and pure that they speak directly to the deepest, most primal parts of your soul, the places where your essence connects to the essence of all things. The melodies seem to rise from the trees themselves, from their roots that reach deep into the earth, from their branches that reach toward the infinite sky. You don't understand the words with your conscious mind, but your heart knows their meaning perfectly, translates their ancient wisdom into feelings and sensations that fill your entire being with peace. They sing of safety, of being held and protected by forces far greater and more loving than you ever dared to imagine. They sing of the eternal cycle of rest and renewal, of the sacred rhythm that governs all life, of the promise that peace is always possible, always waiting, always available to those who seek it with sincere and open hearts. Sit here, precious one, Freya invites, her voice now so soft it seems to come from inside your own peaceful mind, as if her words are arising from your deepest wisdom, rather than reaching you from outside. She gestures with infinite gentleness to a patch of moss beneath the largest and most ancient of the willows, moss so perfectly soft it looks like it was grown specifically for you to rest upon. Like nature herself had been preparing this spot for your arrival since the beginning of time. Let these sacred trees sing you towards slumber with their ancient songs, she continues, her voice becoming quieter with each word, more like a whisper, more like the sound of love itself made audible. These are the very same lullabies I sang to my own children when they were small and needed comfort. The same melodies that have comforted Norse souls for countless generations spanning thousands of years. They carry within them the love of every mother who has ever sung her child to sleep, the protection of every father who has ever stood guard through the long dark night. As you settle onto the impossibly soft moss, feeling it yield beneath you like the most comfortable bed ever created, You feel the earth itself rising up to embrace you like the arms of the most loving parent. The ground beneath you seems to pulse gently with the heartbeat of the world itself, a rhythm so soothing and natural that your own breathing and heartbeat begin to match its peaceful cadence without any effort on your part, as if you are becoming one with the living peace of this sacred place. Above you, the graceful branches of the ancient willow form a natural canopy, their leaves filtering the golden light of the eternal. Nor did summer into patterns of shadow and brightness that dance gently across your closed eyelids like blessings made visible, like prayers transformed into light. Each shifting pattern seems to have been designed by divine hands specifically to guide your mind deeper into tranquility, further and further away from the sharp edges of waking thought, and into the soft, welcoming embrace of approaching sleep that waits for you like a lover's arms. Freya settles beside you on the soft moss, and although you keep your eyes peacefully closed, surrendering to the gentle darkness behind your lids, you can feel rather than see her gentle presence. She radiates warmth and love, like a beautiful fire that gives perfect heat without ever burning, comfort without ever overwhelming, peace without ever demanding anything in return. The very air around her seems to vibrate with the frequency of pure love and absolute safety, wrapping around you like the softest blanket you have ever felt, like being held in the arms of the Divine Mother herself. In my sacred garden, beloved soul, time moves differently than it does in the harsh mortal world. Freya murmurs, each word a gift of peace that settles deeper into your consciousness, like seeds of tranquility planted in the fertile soil of your surrendering mind. Here you can rest for what feels like years and years, experiencing the most beautiful dreams that have ever been dreamed by any soul in any realm, and when you finally wake in your earthly bed, you will feel refreshed and renewed, as if you had slept for exactly the right amount of time, perfectly restored. As the goddess speaks these words of comfort and promise, you become aware of other gentle sounds throughout the sacred grove, each one adding another layer to the symphony of peace that surrounds you like a living thing, like love made audible. Somewhere in the distance, a stream trickles softly over smooth stones that have been polished by centuries of loving water, its voice joining harmoniously with the lullaby of the willow leaves above you, creating a natural music so perfect it seems to have been composed by angels. Nightbirds call gently to each other from hidden perches among the flowering branches, their songs like notes played on a celestial harp by hands that have never known anything but love, melodies that carry messages of peace from one soul to another across the eternal garden. The very air itself seems to hum with contentment, vibrating with frequencies that resonate with the deepest parts of your being, tuning your entire existence to the frequency of perfect peace. I will share with you now the greatest secret of the deepest sleep, Freya continues, her words now seeming to arise from within your own peaceful mind rather than reaching you from outside, as if the wisdom she speaks has always been part of you, waiting patiently for the right moment to be remembered. True rest, the kind that heals and restores and renews every part of your being, body, mind, and spirit, comes not from the mere absence of dreams, but from dreams so beautiful and perfect that they feel more real and true than waking life has ever felt. Your eyelids grow heavier and heavier as Freya's voice weaves its gentle spell around you like starlight made tangible, like love given form and substance. The goddess begins to hum a melody so ancient and beautiful it seems to have existed since the very first star learned how to shine in the darkness, since the first flower learned how to bloom in the spring, since the first soul learned how to love and be loved in return. The humming blends seamlessly with the whisper of the willow leaves above, the gentle murmur of the distant stream, and the soft breathing of the eternal Nordic wind that carries with it the scent of every flower that has ever bloomed in paradise. All these sounds together create a lullaby so perfect that it touches something deep in your soul that you didn't even know existed, a place where perfect peace has been waiting for you all your life, a sanctuary within your own being that this moment finally reveals. Sleep now, dear precious soul, Freya whispers, her voice growing ever softer like the gentlest breeze carrying the scent of night blooming, jasmine across a moonlit meadow, like the distant sound of waves lapping against a peaceful shore where no storms ever come. Let my garden embrace you completely. Let its profound peace become your peace. Let its love become your love. Let its safety become your safety, now and always. As her words wash over you like waves of liquid comfort, You feel yourself sinking deeper and deeper into the soft moss beneath. You as if you are melting into the very heart of the earth itself, becoming one with the living peace of this sacred place. The boundary between your body and the garden begins to dissolve, and you become one with this eternal sanctuary of tranquility. Part of the very fabric of love and peace that makes up Freya's domain. Know that in the morning when you wake in your mortal bed in your earthly home, Freya continues, her voice now barely audible like the whisper of angels, sharing secrets of divine love, like the sound of starlight falling on still water, will carry with you forever the memory of this sacred rest. And whenever your soul grows weary, whenever your heart feels heavy with the burdens of the world, you need only close your eyes and remember the path of starlight stones that led you to my garden, and you will find your way back here instantly. The goddess's breathing becomes perfectly synchronized with yours, creating a rhythm so peaceful and natural that it feels like the heartbeat of the universe itself. The cosmic pulse that governs the movement of stars and the blooming of flowers and the beating of every loving heart. Her presence beside you is constant and unwavering, a guardian of your dreams, a protector of your rest, ensuring that no troubled thought, no fear, no worry can ever enter this sanctuary of absolute peace and perfect love. Around you, the ancient willows continue their eternal lullaby, their voices joined now by all the gentle night sounds of Freya's garden, creating a chorus of peace that seems to emanate from the very fabric of existence itself. Somewhere in the distance, you can hear the soft cooing of doves settling for the night, the rustle of small creatures moving peacefully through beds of flowers, the distant tinkle of silver bells moved by the softest breeze, all combining to create the most beautiful and peaceful symphony your soul has ever heard. In your dreams within dreams, you find yourself dancing joyfully among the northern lights with Freya herself. Your movements as graceful as leaves floating on a gentle stream, as natural as breathing, as easy as love itself. You are completely free from all earthly concerns, wrapped eternally in the love of the Norse goddess, who watches over all souls seeking. True rest held forever in the embrace of divine feminine love that asks nothing and gives everything. The aurora borealis swirls around you both in ribbons of green and purple and blue, and you understand with perfect clarity that these lights are made of pure joy, pure peace, pure love, distilled into visible form and set dancing across the cosmic sky. As you dance with the goddess among these celestial curtains, you feel every worry, every fear, every burden you have ever carried being transformed into light and released into the eternal cosmic dance of love and peace. Sleep well, dear dreamer. Sleep deeply in Freya's garden, where love and peace eternal dwell, and where you are always welcome to return whenever your soul needs rest.